We just built a freaking messaging app. Look at that. That is badass.
Oh, guys, what is going on? It's been a bit. It's been a doozy since I've done one of these. Honestly, a lot's happened. You know what I mean? I'm just doing my best at life right now, trying my best, I should say. But today, what are we gonna build? What are we gonna build? We're gonna do some blockchain stuff. So I'm super stoked for you guys to be here. It should be a good build. Let's hop into it. I actually, at this point in time, don't know what I'm gonna build, but you guys do. That's the fun part. You guys do. So I'm gonna see you on the computer.
Let me turn the music off so I don't get sued. Golly. Okay, folks. Let's see. Let me just talk roughly what I feel like we should do, what I feel like we should build. I'm gonna go to remix. What's going on? Why is my keyboard not working? Still? Okay, weird. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so I am gonna go to remix, the IDE. We're gonna do some blockchain stuff with ThirdWeb. I think it's gonna be really fun. And I just want to poke around, build something kind of simple. Let me show you roughly what we're working on at work. It's been a blast. It's been a lot of fun. So we've been building out this entire deal, and it is getting proper. Dare I say, it's a whole website, a whole system, and a whole ecosystem. We have built so much. Yeah, we're here to defend people's data, and take care of y'all, take care of people. So I'm excited to talk more about this. That's not what we're about today, but I want to build something that is relevant to this application, or to many applications, right? And so let's get out of here. Let's leave. And I'm doing a ton of stuff, by the way. Back-end engineering on that, front-end engineering, blockchain integrations. It's been fun. It's been such a challenge. I've integrated scraping some IP addresses, which I think I want to show y'all how to do, which would be fun. I've done some encrypting stuff and encryption layers, so it's been a really fun thing. It has. So today though, let's figure out what we want to build. I'm going to go ahead and just build out a new contract. So I'll just say new contract here dot sol. This is Remix, by the way, for those unfamiliar with it. This is kind of where I like to go just to oops. Clicked off too soon. But this is where I like to go to kind of mess around and build contracts first. What we can do, yeah, let's do this real quick. I'm gonna open up my terminal. We're gonna need to do kind of 2 or 3 things here. So one is we need to write some sort of smart contract or steal one. One of the two works with me. And then the other thing we need to do is build some sort of front end for this thing, but we also need to deploy it to ThirdWeb too. So, but I'll break it down to 2 buckets of what we fundamentally need to do. One is smart contracty, blockchainy, ThirdWeb stuff. So we have this side of the equation, then we have this side of the equation, which is going to be a front end that I am going to build. We could use Vue, we could use React. Let's do Next.js because that is the most fun right now. So I'm going to CD into my desktop folder. I have a directory called software, just where I keep all of my software builds, and I will make a new file. Say, well, let's do buy. Well, I kind of was doing buy a coffee for another deal. Okay, let's just do blockchain build, and I want to CD into that folder, blockchain build. I actually don't know if I have my, this is the new laptop, folks. Yeah, I don't have everything up. I'm exposed here. You saw a picture of my face. This is fantastic. I'm gonna open up what's it called? VS Code. And I'm just gonna dump in this new folder for blockchain build. Yes, I trust this author. He's a great guy. He is. He's a fantastic guy. Okay, so a few things prerequisite that you need for this tutorial. He's one, a good ass attitude. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear nothing else. If you don't have a good attitude, get the no. I'm teasing. But bring a good attitude, good source of quench parching material. So some sort of drink would be awesome. This is just water in a wine glass. That's how I roll. You know what I mean? Okay, you need VS Code or some IDE that you are very competent in. and then we need Node.js and all these things. So we could start with Next.js, or we could start with ThirdWeb. I'm going to say npx creates ThirdWeb right here in my terminal. Let me zoom in for y'all so you can see. Let's see if this works. Nope, not the right command. Well, that doesn't work, so let me figure out the right command real quick. I thought it was just npx ThirdWeb. Is it npx ThirdWeb build? npx ThirdWeb create. There it is. There it is. Okay, just had it flippy flopped. Okay, so let's see. I just have ThirdWeb's documentation pulled up over here. So I just have that on my second monitor, which is fun, and then obviously an old contract right there that we'll probably steal some ideas from. So okay, so let's see if it pulls up some options and things like that. I don't know if this will create a contract or if it'll give us options. Let's see, because ThirdWeb gives you a few things out of the SDK that they have, which is really awesome. And I love blockchain stuff, but sometimes it can get really heady very quick, and ThirdWeb does a really good job on kind of distilling a lot of that functionality. This isn't a sponsor by ThirdWeb. This is a personal sponsor. This is a personal love of ThirdWeb, you know? Okay, so we can deploy to ThirdWeb very easily too with an npx ThirdWeb deploy command. We could do npx ThirdWeb. Oh, perfect, right here. So we could build a app real quick or a contract. We're actually going to want to do both down the road. Which one do we want to start with first, guys? Yeah, you know what I mean? Do we start with the app or the contract? Doesn't really matter. Let's try the app. I'll just say // for this folder. We will use Next.js, TypeScript all day. Of course. Boom. And it's already prefabbed a Next.js project for us. Now, with Next 14, I've tried using the ThirdWeb SDK with Next 14. It does not seem to work or something. I you know what I mean? It probably does. It just my skill set is great to that point, but then when we have to start messing with Webpack and doing some deeper configurations, I sometimes have to go elsewhere with my talents. Taking my talents to South Beach, Mom. Joking. But so the point being is this is going to be in the pages directory. I know with Next there's the new app directory and pages directory argument. Which one's better? This is still pages, so just FYI. But let's go into the terminal and do npm run dev, and I will fire up localhost 3000, and we'll see the bare bones. Let me move my face. I'm just trying to resize the deal here. So here's a bare bones ThirdWeb. Let me move VS Code. Boom. Just a bare bones app right here, or their starter app with Next.js. So they show you all their templates and some of their dashboard stuff. Feel free to mosey around, poke around. And they have a few things here. So we can change our chain very quickly right here, just through our active chain. We have a whole bunch of options right out of the box. Mumbai is currently where I'm doing a lot of test network stuff on, but feel free to use any test net, whatever you're comfortable with. If you actually want to deploy it for real, obviously you could use the Ethereum testnet, but being that that's a little bit pricey to do development on, I would recommend using a testnet like Mumbai or Gorelli or something else. You can integrate your client ID as well through ThirdWeb, but we don't need to get too far into it. All I changed right here was just the active chain. You could keep it as this variable if you want, store Mumbai up there. I'll just delete it, not a big deal. Basically, we just want to tell the app that we're using Mumbai. That's what I want to start with. Next bit. So that's important. Just testnet. This is a free tutorial, by the way. Obviously, with Web3 stuff, typically gas costs money. You know what I mean? Everything costs money. Everything does. You know, everything does. It's kind of a weird world we live in. You're just born, and then you just owe money. You know what I mean? You just owe money to life. Like every food, water, bills, taxes, everything costs money. It's crazy. So, I think that's a bit weird personally. I think that's a bit of a scam if you ask me, but tomato. I'll make that argument another day. So I've gone over to the index.tsx folder here, or file, and I want to delete all of this because I actually don't want any of it. So I'll just delete from main to main, and we'll just return div. I'll say here boom, right here. So you can see what I've done now. Now, I don't believe ThirdWeb's package comes out of the box with Tailwind. I like Tailwind personally, so I'm going to install that very quickly. Let's open up a new tab, Tailwind, and I'll say Next.js. So it's going to be this deal. Just install Tailwind with Next.js. We have already done step 1 where we created the next project. So we'll move on to step 2, and I will paste this command into the terminal. So I'll kill my server, paste it in. And while that's in there, we should see Tailwind config get popped up. And all we need to do is just add this little bit into our content bit right here. So I don't know if you guys hear that dog barking. My apologies. I'll go handle it. No, I'm just I can't be serious all the time. You know what I mean? My brain is floating. Like I had a whole comedic skit on me handling the dog barking just in my brain right now. You know, like I wish I had millions of dollars just to make these things come to fruition. You know, the budget on this on Program with Packs would be so much better. Would be so much better. Okay, so this content bit, all it does is it lets us know. Let's Tailwind know, I should say, that it has access to all of these files or all these folders with these ending in these file tags. So if you need to configure that ever, that's where to do it. Okay, so next bit, we want to go to our styles. Our styles, here we are. So globals.css, and I will steal these Tailwind directives and slap them at the top of the screen, and boom, Tailwind should be installed. So I'll say npm run dev. We close out of Tailwind. We should see BG red 500 here if installed correctly. Let me close out of globals, and it looks like we've done it correctly. I know that because I just prepended that with BG background red here. We can do P-10, boom, for padding, all that fun stuff. So that looks to be roughly configured. Oh, they have the connect wallet button. Great. So let's slap this connect wallet button right here on screen, actually. Let's show what that looks like, right? So we could, with this button, we can click it, and we have a whole bunch of options what we can connect our thing. Oh, I forgot this one prereq as well. You need MetaMask, or hold on, let's finesse actually. Let's finesse as engineers. This is a finesse opportunity. I'm going to show you guys how to get embedded wallets, and it's going to be as simple as going ThirdWeb. In case you don't have a what's it called, a MetaMask to connect, or you don't want to, or you just want to finesse something real quick, I want to show you guys how to do this on the fly, pre-planned. None of this is all on the fly. So I know some people don't like tutorials like that, but I actually prefer these the most because I can just air out my thought process, show you how real development actually happens, rather than just like, oh, guys, I know exactly the next line versus the next line versus the next line. I don't think it's a realistic way to do it. I really don't. But okay, so I want to add a embedded wallet to where we can sign in with our emails in case we don't want to do MetaMask. So boom, this is all the code I need right here. Just these options in my ThirdWeb provider that I need to add. So I'm going to steal this code down right here. So from the ThirdWeb provider right here, just on the upper bit, I don't even need to copy all of it. You can see there's a closing tag. I'm just literally copying the top of the 2 tags and just getting all those options in there. I won't even copy all the way up. I just need to know to stop at the client ID, right? So let's go to the _app and let's just paste this in right here. Oh, look at that. And it looks like I need to import some of these from the ThirdWeb React SDK, and then we're off to the races. And it's that simple, hopefully. So let's go back real quick. Let's just circle the wagons, circle the schwagons. Looks like this isn't working. So what do? We're engineers. Delete. It's gone. Don't even care. It's gone. Oh shoot. Missing child. Okay, let's see. Client ID. I may need to configure a client ID in ThirdWeb, so my apologies if this doesn't work, but we'll make it work. We will get there, folks. So connect, boom, and there it is. Now we can literally sign in with socials, with Google, with Apple, with MetaMask. We want to add more, we can literally just add them right here. But I just wanted to do that on the fly real quick. One, kind of was fun. But two, to show you guys, you don't even need MetaMask for this tutorial. You literally don't. So right here, if you want to throw in an email, put your email in, sign in, it'll have a wallet literally for you. I'm going to use MetaMask, but you could literally use your email or even a free one, I'm sure. Maybe we could even do test at Yotmail. Let's see. Maybe it might not work with a Yotmail email. Or it might. Failed to say, okay, yeah, Yotmail emails are kind of fake. So but feel free to use a real email if you don't have MetaMask installed. If you got MetaMask installed, if not, download MetaMask too. It's not really a horrible thing to get. So we're going to need that pre-configured. Where are we at? We're 15 minutes in and we've accomplished nothing. This is going great. The next thing I am going to Google for is going to be a Matic faucet. Polygon Mumbai. No. Polymatic testnet faucet. Here we go. And Alchemy has a really good one. So I'll just say testnet faucet. Actually, we'll just say Mumbai faucet Alchemy. There you go. Polygon Mumbai faucet. I actually used it today, so it won't send me some. But take your address, whether it's your MetaMask right here, copy it in there, paste it, have it send you some free Matic. This is all for the testnet. And if that doesn't work, where are we? Where's our... If you're using the Google one, I think you could still send Matic directly to it without configuring any of it. So steal your address right here. Click on this wallet button, steal your address. Pop it in the Mumbai Matic faucet, and you are off to the races. I'm going to put that off to the other screen. Okay, so you need some funds in your deal, but again, that's a free way to get some funds. Okay, so we've actually done a lot. We now have embedded wallets. We can connect MetaMask or any sort of Web3 wallets or Web2 wallets even. Fun thing. We should have funds. We have the ThirdWeb SDK all wrapped up for us. Honestly, we could get to programming some fun stuff here, but I do want to make it pretty. I do want to make it all blockchainy and cool. So let's try to build a front end component for that. So I'm going to go to the index real quick. In this BG red, I will say width full, flex, justify center, items center, and then I will actually say P-8 for padding, just to give us a little bit of space here. So what else? Let's build a text grid. Let's get a gradient, right? CSS gradient. Here we go. Let's build a CSS gradient right here. Ooh, that does not look good. So we'll do a radial gradient, and let's see if we could do just two colors here. So I've got pink and blue. We are going to do something a little bit nicer than that. So hold on. Let me use all of my talent real quick. Taking my talents down to South Beach, Mom. So that'll do. Just like a soft glow in the middle. Perfectly fine with me. And I'm going to steal this right here. And we are going to add it to our globals.css. And I will say BG or .bg gradient here. Paste that in. And that will be our background now. So I'll slap that class name right here. Let's see if it worked. I don't know where... Oh, it did. Look at that. But you can see it's like clipping. So how we're going to fix that is we'll go up here and say min-h-screen. And boom, look at that. That's kind of crispy. That's a little clean, right? A little bit lighthearted. And let's build a little component here. So look at this. It's already trying to co-pilot me in here. Let me readjust this a smidge. And okay. So I want to go to my pages. Actually, no, I'll go to the external bit of the directory and say new folder, components, and I will add a new file in the components folder, said base card, TSX, and I'll say RFC to give us a React functional component real quick. I've got this spacing deal, so it's showing a red bit. Just ignore that. You guys didn't have to do that spacing bit. That was just specific to my rainbow indent thing. Okay, so we have this card bit, and I'm going to go to index real quick and import the base card. And I want to show you guys how to, one more deal on this parent wrapper real quick. This parent div, we'll say flex-call just to stack things like Lego bricks. Okay, cool. So now our base card right here, we can start building it out. I could say BG white if I wanted. We could see it's affecting the card right here. So I'll say P-6, and maybe I'll do a little border. We definitely want to do some sort of border radius or gradient border thing. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and build another gradient. That's definitely a blockchainy deal. We'll make this one, I don't know. This is gonna be a bit tricky, right? Where's our other number? Where did it go? Oh, there. Okay, I'm gonna delete this. Let's see. Click this one. How do people make this stuff look really good? You know what I mean? Oh, that is not going to be. Ooh, this is a bold move, folks. This is a bold move. Let's see. So I'm going to copy that down. Just something with blues and greens and all that stuff. I don't know how I feel about it so far, but we'll say accent gradient. Same thing, paste it in. Boom, boom, boom. I've got an old project somewhere where, oh, you know what actually might look okay though? If we do this on the background right here like this, and then we do a subdiv, right? Let me see. And I'll say class name BG black. And this will actually be where the padding is, or where majority of the padding is. So P-6, and then this will actually just be P-1 pixel. So we get like a little gradient, right? That's why they pay me the big boondas, folks. That's why. Not bad, right? Not bad, right? Let's say BG gradient. Ooh, we're getting cleaned up. We're getting cleaned up, folks. Okay, let's give it a little bit more padding, actually. We'll say P-8. And we'll say MY-8 here. Cool. Look at that. It's kind of neato. All right, so what's going to go on the base card? I have no idea. We're building on the fly. You guys already know probably from the title of this. You know, maybe I did an intro recording. Who knows? But we're building on the fly right now. And it's a good time. We're enjoying ourselves. We're having fun. So let's see. Maybe if I even do PB bottom. Oh, that would be a good way how to do gradients like that, isn't it? Tricky, right? Okay, just wanted to see. So I'll just put this in real quick. Welcome to ThirdWeb. Nice. Looks great. Look at that. That's awesome. That is awesome right there. Okay, so this is a simple card component that you can use to get started with your project. Love it. Honestly, tutorial done. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so we'll keep this header here, this banner deal, actually, to be honest. And I'm going to make this the children. We're going to make this card component kind of cool. So I'll say children in this prop deal, and then let's get to build. Let me think of some sort of deal, and all the children mean is we can now just add all this other stuff in between this component, and boom, there it is. And now we can build more base cards if we want. So really quickly, we could just pop them out as we need them. So pretty awesome stuff. Okay, so what should we build though? What should we build? I feel like we should build something. I'll build something below it, right? Another card below it. This is where our functionality is going to exist. So let's see what it comes up with. This is just another exact same thing. Okay. Ooh, side note, by the way, guys, I do this to my own components now. I'd highly recommend this. Is just good advice right here. Add class name to your parent component, so I can then customize right where my component sits. So if I say margin top 8, right, now it does nothing. But if we go back to base card and we add class name as a prop, actually, genius, right? And then you can add it at the tail end of, oops. So we need to change a few things here. We turn it to the backticks and then add class name here at the tail end of your Tailwind CSS deal. And now you could pass in, right? So if we didn't have margin top, we can now control that from the parent. So I could say if I want margin top 32, margin bottom 8, I can now control my base card like it's my own. I just thought that'd be something cool for y'all. So any component, you really should honestly do that, because then you could add different padding if you wanted. Obviously, this class name is on the parent wrapper of the component, so it's all going to be varying stuff. But just for positioning and stuff, I thought that was really clever to have class name in there like that. So you're welcome. Anyway, so let's dive back into what I want to build. I want to have some sort of interaction here. So maybe some button that we'll see. We'll have a Web3 button, which is from ThirdWeb. So this will be some transaction, but we can give these Web3 buttons. I'll show you what they do. They're from ThirdWeb's SDK. They're great. They interact with ThirdWeb amazingly. So we're on 26 minutes before I clip everything right now. So hopefully this tutorial is shorter, but I will add class name my8 for this base card just to give us some space. Let's do something where we can, I don't know, write a message like a tweet, basically, like a tweet thing right here, or some sort of just simple message thing. So yeah, let's do that. I will start with writing in Remix, and then we'll take it over to a ThirdWeb project. We're just going to use Remix just to test the functionality of the contract. In fact, I will steal one of these old contracts here. Matter of fact, what could we do in ERC 721 or token deploy one? Let's see. Let's do this together, guys. Let's build a contract with ChatGPT. This will be fun. Can you build a simple, well, how about this? We'll get it started, and then we'll definitely use ChatGPT. So first I want to do contract, let's say message, and let's see, I really want 0.8, I think 0.9. Sorry, let me just get this configured real quick, make sure this works, right? Boom. Okay. So let's think about what we want. We probably want an address, which is going to be a public owner or the deployer of the contract, which we'll define on construction. So we'll say constructor like this. And then we will actually set the owner to the message.sender. So the person who deploys this contract will be the owner for the time being. And what else do we have? Let's think. We have address. We probably want to make a message struct. So messages. So let's go for this, right? Address. Oh, oops, I messed that up. So message is going to be messages, and we need to build the struct for this. So I'll say struct message. What should our messages have? Probably some content. So a string of the actual message. Or content of the message, right? What else could we have in the message? Maybe a timestamp. Is that one of the things I forget? Or God, I feel bad without Copilot. You know what I mean? you know what I mean? This is just bad. Yeah, it's just bad when you don't know what the timestamp deal is unless you have Copilot with it. So we'll say 256 timestamp for now. I don't know if that's Let's see, contract, struct, message, relevant, source parts, across multiple lines. Interesting. And then finally, we need an address of who wrote it, right? So address, author, right? Message author. Okay, what is this? Why is it? Okay, we're gonna transfer this over to real quick. We're gonna use this as a dummy deployment playground real quick when we build it. But before we do that, I actually want to build it in VS Code just because it's gonna help me a lot. So I have an old deal. You can see ThirdWeb buy me a coffee deal. Let's just build a new project real quick, and I want to show you guys how to do this. So this will be just a new folder, and I'll say message contract, and I'm just going to dump it in here so it's a brand new thing. Yes, I trust this author, and I'll say npx ThirdWeb create. And it said last time, let me zoom in for y'all. Last time we chose the app. This time we want to choose the contract. And the name, I'll just say /. We'll use hard hat for the thing. What will the name of your smart contract be? We'll call it message, is fine. We just want an empty contract. So this will configure everything from us. And then from here, we can actually deploy straight to ThirdWeb, our ThirdWeb dashboard, which we can do a lot of fun configuration and stuff there. So that's really awesome. Yeah, guys, would highly recommend ThirdWeb. So I'm gonna go to the contract real quick, and you can see right here it started us with contract, my contract, and I want to paste in what we've started. So I'll steal contract message and paste it in. Okay, so struct message. Let's see what it gives us. Function add message. Great, but what is the struct, right? We definitely need a struct, right? Struct message, boom. So why did it give us the deal? Why is it doing this, right? What do we have here? New message, got it, okay. Then how do we define that? Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out on the fly, guys. Okay, so function, add message, here we go. String memory message, public push message. It's perfectly fine with me, except this needs to be new message right here. No. And message this now. Okay, now does this need to be new message? Cool. Okay. Oh, you know what? That's probably why it was that. Okay, sorry guys. Rookie mistake here. Boom. Okay, so messages.push like this. Boom. It's still not string message. Oh, huh. Not sure. Okay. We'll revert it back to new message. My apologies, folks. And we'll say new messages right here just to be congruent. And then we need new messages right here as well. So looks like we can add a new message with this. And yeah, I think that's all we need actually. So let's dump it back over here to Remix. I just copied and pasted this in, guys, from Remix. And this is the fun part. This is the fun bit. So I'm going to compile the contract over here on the left. There's this tab right here where it's a Solidity compiler, and I'll just choose the latest one, compile new contract to make sure it compiles all well. And let's deploy it. Let's see if it works. So you could deploy it right here with Remix. They have some kind of like testing environments inside where you can deploy it, but we're actually going to deploy it to Mumbai's testnet right now. So you could do injected provider. If I do this, it pulls up my Coinbase wallet. So I'm not going to do that. But for you, if it's just your MetaMask, should just be your MetaMask. I don't know how I do it if I just use my email. Just download MetaMask, guys. I reckon download MetaMask. So I'll go to Wallet Connect down here, and I can connect wallet. I wonder if you could go through email here. Potentially you could. Yeah, you might have to do some work if with Remix to do email, but I will just click MetaMask for Wallet Connect here. So it connects to my MetaMask, and my MetaMask has Matic in it. So you want to do that, and let's go to our new contract right here, the one that we were just working on, the message one, and I will press deploy right here. So boom, deploy. And I should get a message from MetaMask right here, and there it is. And let's see down below, it should say loading, 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 and then it'll give us a check mark if the contract's gone through, and it will show failed if it didn't, but it went through. So here it is. It shows transaction hash, all these things, block number, contract address. We can literally go to Polyscan. If I Google Mumbai Polyscan, Polygon scan right here, I can search literally for the contract we just deployed. And this is it. This is literally the real smart contract deployed on Mumbai's testnet. And we can see all the events. We can see the fees. Oh, let's build an event. Let's build an event. I forgot to do that for adding a message. So we could say event message added. And the event could say string. Guys, I feel bad right now. I'm not cleaning it. I'm not at my top game right now with programming. Okay, so I just needed to add the event message. Side note, guys, yeah, with work, I'm doing a lot of stuff beyond just software engineering. It's been a lot of operational stuff and budget plans, business plans, user acquisition, data scraping. So it's my scope of responsibilities is slowly transmuting, which I enjoy. I'm enjoying it a lot. But so I'm not the sharpest, I would say, syntactically I've ever been, but I'm still the sharpest, I think, with or sharper with architecture and other things. But syntactically, you know, I'm seeing myself take a different adjustment, which might be fine. But point being, we want to emit an event. That was a long-winded way to just talk about myself. But point being, we need to emit an event, and this event will just let us know on the smart contract. Let's redeploy this contract. So I'll do that here, and this one down here where my face is, down here, we can actually just delete the one we just did and redeploy, because we just want to make sure that event is in there. You don't have to, but it's something, it's a little bit of the cherry on top type thing. So let's wait for the contract to be created. We can go look up the contract address one more time if we'd like. And I only brought that up because of the events right here. And then even the contract, we can verify and publish contracts as well. So I'll show how to do that. Let's just search for this contract we just redeployed. So here it is. And in this events tab, every time we do an event, we'll actually see that event be emitted. But contract as well, we can verify and publish. We can go through this whole thing, which is just kind of an extra step to give people confirmation when they audit your contracts or want to look at it. They see that it is truly your contract. So you can go ahead and say all the things you need right here. The compiler version that we just did, which was going to be this guy right here. And we could do MIT license, no license, on license. I think we'll do MIT is fine. We don't have to do all this because transparently, ThirdWeb actually handles this for you. So this is kind of a waste of time right now. But I want to show you guys how to do it if you're also not using ThirdWeb. So you can verify and publish your contracts this way, real quick. And if we got our contract ABI through this as well, so people could identify things, I suppose. Let me copy down this contract one more time, this contract address. So it's this number right here. Let's copy it, put it into Polyscan, and boom, bada, bing. Contract, you see we have that little check mark now. We didn't have that before, so it's verified, which is awesome. You definitely want to do that when you're getting more towards the production side of things. But okay, so let's we didn't even test it. I completely didn't even test this. This is bad news bears. So over here, if you see our contract space, and then on the left, we're on this tab, the deploy and run transactions. When we deployed the contract, this thing actually popped up down here in the bottom left. And what this shows is all of our getters, setters, variables, just in a small test environment that we can actually run our functions. So you can see here we have an add message function, which is this one right here, and our owner, which is one of our public variables right here. So let's say we wanted to add more things, and we'll redeploy and we'll keep it short and sweet. I won't do all the extra publishing and all that stuff. But let's say I wanted to add string public and I wanted to add a new variable. Let's say number of messages or something. Maybe it'd be a UN or something, but I'll just leave it a string. This would now pop up down here. And then if I wanted to add another function, let's say get number of messages. Maybe it's a public function here, and all it returns is number of messages. What else do we need? Maybe view. Is that what it is? Oh, duh, I'm returning. Duh. So view returns. Let's see, what would this be? A string, correct? Or no? String public. So string, boom, number message. And I suppose, actually, I don't think that's right, guys. But I just wanted to build a quick function to show. Okay, we'll pull it up here then. How about that? I will use the help of, what's it called? Number of messages. Boom. I will use the help of Copilot real quick. So function get messages. Boom. That's what we needed. The memory deal. Okay. That's what we needed. Okay. So boom. So we're returning it. And now if we deploy this contract, this new updated one, we'll see a new guy pop up right here. Oh, I needed to verify it. I just want to show you guys the test environment that you kind of get with Remix, because Remix was a bit heady for me. So boom, that one pops up. Oh, weird. It didn't even show the, why is it not showing? It should show the other functions here in theory. I thought it would. But all of your getters and setters and variables, you should be able to have right here. I don't know why it didn't. I don't know. Guys, I don't know. So maybe I can add this like this. Maybe it's because there is no number of messages, potentially. So if I just try this, let's see. Let's try to break stuff. This is a bit off the main line though of what we're trying to do on our front end, because we still have a chunk of things to do. But I just wanted to show you how you could start. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it did just need to be configured with something. But this way you could test all of your stuff right here in Remix just to make sure it works, and you don't have to go through all the blockchain stuff. Let me delete all this stuff. We're not going to go that far with it, but just for you guys, when you want to add your own functionality, your own messages, your own things, you can test everything right here. So you don't need to deploy contracts for real and then integrate them. You can just like right here see if stuff works or if stuff breaks really quick. So boom. Let's see, we added a message. Let's see if the transaction goes through. It's waiting. Let's see, hopefully it does. Nice, it does. Okay, so that's all we needed. I just wanted to show that, and then I'll click this owner to make sure it shows this wallet address, just because this is the wallet address that deployed this contract. Great, so those two variables are working. We're going to use both of those. You know what? Actually, let's do. Forgive me for the time sync a smidge, but let's do actually test the number of messages real quick and the getting of the messages. Actually, you know what? Let's just go straight from here. We'll deploy it. I'm gonna have faith that it's gonna work. We'll say npx ThirdWeb deploy. But I did want to show you guys that, so you could like get as crazy as you want with contracts. You could do reentrancy guards as well for security. You could do modifiers a whole bunch. Maybe I could show that actually. I probably should show that. So if I do, yeah, let's stop on the ThirdWeb deployment of the contract real quick. Let me do a modifier for y'all. So a modifier is something you just add to functions. So we have like our events, we have our structs, which define the data. We have our constructor, which gets fired off on deployment. And then our functions, obviously, if you've developed with TypeScript and JavaScript, you should roughly understand functions probably readily. But our modifier, we have this thing right here where we can add an only owner modifier where maybe your functions are reserved to the person who deployed the contract and only the person who deployed the contract. So that's something where you would write something like this, and you do need to add this little hashtag that, or this underscore that shows the function like where to continue. So if we did this, the function would finish. It would, let's say if we added this only owner onto our add message function, so only I would be able to add messages to this. And how it would work is all of this functionality would basically exist right here where the underscore is, and then it would do this next method. So that's important to understand because you may want to put your order of things differently. One thing we definitely want to build is a non-reentrancy thing. So reentrancy guard, we won't do the only owner, we'll actually do non-reentrance. Which reentrancy we want to do is the contract locked. Basically you want to lock functionality. So say Boolean locked, or is it bool locked? Yeah. This is a bit safety right here, and you want to make locked. Let's see. You want to lock and unlock the contract. Basically, when a function's firing off, so people can't like DDoS your system or Sybil attacks your systems. So that's how to do that is lock your contract. So one person can't fire off this function a million times, and we'd have to do a few other things too for safety, but not a bad start, not a bad start at all. So let's get back to this. I just wanted to do a small lesson on modifiers, and boom, let's go npx ThirdWeb deploy. So we'll launch this contract out, and then we'll get it in the front end, and I think that'll be a heck of a thing. So right here we're taken to ThirdWeb, and I want to deploy it on the Mumbai testnet. So we should see that all happen here. And ThirdWeb's great. So with those Web3 buttons, we can access those functions that we just made very quickly, and we can also read from them very quickly as well. So should be a good time. I'm excited to show you guys. I think we'll be able to just write messages and read them very quickly. And we kind of did a pretty fun tutorial together. If you're still watching, I've really enjoyed myself. I hope you've enjoyed myself as well. But hopefully this is learning. You know what I mean? This is like a casual approach of learning, and I love doing it because it's like de-weaponizing. Like I fucking hate when engineers, definitely I don't excuse my French, but I fucking hate when engineers are like, oh, I'm using the super duper super complicated Web3 testnet Polygon. It's like, let's just break it down to me in the dumbest way possible. Like that's what I want. That's what I want. Break the thing down to me as stupid as possible so I can understand it. You know, I don't want to hear the triple lambda function, Just try your best to break it down to me. Don't be cool. Take the ego out of it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to do my best. So anyway, I hope I've done that correctly. But anyway, so I didn't mean to shit on any other engineers, by the way. But I'm just trying to change the space. You know, like guys, is it really appropriate that we like try to make it sound more sophisticated, or is intelligence the idea of taking sophistication and distilling it to simplification? I think that's actually what true intelligence is. So that's the point I'm trying to make here. But anyway, so this is our deployed contract. You can see the name of it. You can see the address of it. If we go to Polygon scan, this is the official contract from ThirdWeb. And I love it. They already verify it. They already publish it for you. They already have a ton of stuff here. They show you all the stuff. Boom, boom, boom. It's ThirdWeb dialed. Okay, so let's go back to it. We have a few things. We have a code snippet where we can see the Web3 buttons. We can explore, right? So here's our functionality that we just built, our read functions where we could actually see all the owners, the number of messages, all these things. So let's test the functionality now from ThirdWeb. So this is a test from ThirdWeb, and we'll go ahead and execute this. And we should see if it'll work or not work right here. And if it works right here, we should be able to make it work in the front end application pretty quick. So, boom, this is a test from ThirdWeb. It's loading. Boom, there it is, fired off. There's the transaction, all of it. Let's go to our block explorer. Let's look at the event even. No event, don't care. We'll fix it another day, not today. But reading, now we can, boom. So the message is already ran. You can see that's exactly what we just wrote. Number of messages should show, it's an empty string. We actually don't configure that. That was something we just threw in as a test. Okay, we'll fix these things, guys, but let's get to the fun part. I recognize that I needed to fix them because, yeah, we'll do that in a moment, but let's get to the code snippets. So I'm going to go down here to code snippets, scroll to the bottom. I can integrate it through JavaScript this way. I can also integrate it through the Web3 button, as I mentioned, this way, and they give you all the code right here, pretty easy peasy. So I'm just going to steal the Web3 to Web3 button, and let's go to our front-end application. Let's get that reconfigured and redialed in and set up. And you see our Web3 button down here. Let's just go like this. Boom. There's our contract, and we need to build a message variable and an input for it. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just add some state here potentially, right? I can't remember at Next 13 if you could do state. So I'll say message, and we'll say use state. Boom. Okay, boom, and we need to set message. Okay, cool. So now I just want to build an input real quick in our base card, and this is our contract address. So, and this is our functionality from the contract. So if we want to get other functionalities, I'll show you how to do that in a moment. But, oh, perfect. Look at this. It's already helping with the input. Let's see. It's exactly what we need. Input. And let's see. Okay. No love from it when I need it. But that's all we need is just a value for the message, the on change for this. And base card, let me put class name, flex call. Let's see if that'll help us at all. Nope. I'll go to base card real quick and let me just fix this middle bit to have flex call. Boom. Okay. So now the children are spaced apart correctly, and I'll say MB4 just to give us some space from the input. And let's make this input a little bit prettier. Let's do it. So I'll say BG transparent or none, one of the two, and I'll say border white. Boom, look at that. Look at that. No, that's actually not what I want. We'll say border, a little bit thinner. We'll say rounded MD, and I'll say PX4 PY3. Let's see, boom. Okay, we're getting there. We'll say cursor pointer. I'll say outline, none. Boom. Okay, so now we can write messages. Let me say placeholder, enter a message. Boom, like that. So we can enter a message, and we're actually going to hash it to. Let me change the button text real quick. So we'll say add message, and yeah, you know, this is great. This is great. So we can literally add a message onto the Mumbai testnet right here like this. Pretty badass. So let's test it, right? This is a test from the front end. Period. Let's add it. Error status. Ooh, not so badass. Not so badass. Post, let's see. Did not work. Maybe we need to make sure this is a string value. Let's try. Oh, that would be so frustrating if we could not get this working right now. That would piss me off. That would make me mad. Let's see. So I want to pull up the application real quick for work. I just want to steal this use contract read function real quick, just because this is relevant. So we need the contract address. Let me. Oh, oops! I need that bit too. Using the contract real quick. Boom. Here we go. Okay. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with grease. Okay. So let me just pull in this contract real quick. I'll say contract address and hard code it to our contract address. We'll import this use contract from ThirdWeb, and this will need to take in the contract address. And what this I think does is take the ABI of everything and just unpack it so we can use a few features from it. And then obviously our use state, we should all roughly be familiar with that in React, I suppose. So contract address, we have our use contract, which breaks it all apart. And then we're going to use that. We're going to pass it into our contract read. And this contract read function, use contract read, we could pull all of our read functions very easily. So if I go to, where's my ThirdWeb deal? We just had it right here. Boom. So all of our events right here, all of our read events, I can pull it out this way right here. So use contract.call, use contract read. It'll show you all the stuff right here. But basically get messages. We just need to steal that text of the actual thing in our contract. Sorry guys, I'm a bit all over the place. So I'll just pop it in right here, get messages, and then I can name it what I want, get messages, or I can just describe it as data if I want. But if you have like a bunch of these on a page, you want to append it to a different name. So let's see if this will actually show on the console for us real quick of all of our messages. Give it a sec. Use contract read. Maybe this contract doesn't have messages. Is that what's going on? Worst front end tutorial. You know what I mean? Worst. Oh, we need an API key. That would be why. Okay, so that's super important. I did not put in my API key with ThirdWeb. Let me steal one real quick. I want to show you guys how to do it. My gosh, but I would dox myself. So how about this? I'll put it this way. Go to this endpoint in ThirdWeb. So thirdweb.com dashboard/settings API keys. And in the top right, it'll say create an API key. So you go to settings, right? Let me put that on there one more time. So you go to settings, then API keys, create an API key, name it. So I'll say test key. For this example, you want to choose specific domains that are allowable, but just for like dev purposes, you could say allow all domains. It'll give you a warning on unrestricted access, and then it says, here's your secret key and client ID. We do need the client ID. So I don't mind doxing this one. I'll delete it as soon as I wrap up this tutorial. But your client ID is going to look something like this. And that's what you want on your client ID right here, right? So let me actually just put it in here. But you could put it in your .env. So right here, like they've recommended. Let me crash this and rerun the server. And I think that'll fix both of our problems. I think that'll fix the posting function. Oh, where's that? Okay, so maybe it does need to be the process.env deal. Let's see. Function cannot be labeled in strict mode. Right here. Oops. Okay, boom. So that is our client ID. Again, my client ID is not going to work. You need to use yours from ThirdWeb. So, but let's test these buttons out now. Let's see what's working and what's not working. So I'll go ahead and enter a message. We'll say test message and add message. length 66, body, the API key was not found. Interesting. Sorry, guys, did not mean to make this a pain in the butt example, so I'll just hard code the thing in right here. Let's see, API key not found. Why? Host server error logger. Let me try this one more time. This might be a Next.js 13 thing because I'm in a, oh boom, there it is, and I can see it. This is a test from ThirdWeb, so our get messages is working. That's awesome. Let's build another card that shows our messages real quick. So I'll say get messages.map. Great, this is awesome. We can return message. I think that'll work. Boom, there it is. So this is a test from ThirdWeb. Sweet. And you can see it actually posts the message and it looks like the wallet address. So that's cool. That is cool. But let's try another. So hello from front end. Let's see if this functionality works. We still haven't got that fully fleshed out. Oh, 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 oh. That's badass. That's badass, folks. That is badass. And then I imagine next time we load the messages, it'll be there. Guys, we got our own little messages. That's pretty freaking sweet. So I'm gonna build this out to be to kind of look like a message, right? Or we could even use ShadCN as a table right here. You know, you could absolutely do that. You could absolutely pull in ShadCN. So that's badass. You know what I mean? That is so badass. So I actually won't do ShadCN because it'll muck around with everything. But let's just build a little class name table right here, or excuse me, like a little card spot, like a card item. So I want to console log the message and see what we have in it real quick. And then, so we get hello and that bit. So we get the dot message and the dot sender, it looks like. So dot message, looks like we get that bit. And then, why is it giving that? Does not exist on type string. Okay, then we will say any for that. That's fine. And then we'll say message.sender. And I just did that to break it up so we can control these things. So now I can say slice.0 because this is the wallet address. And I could say quotes message.sender slice, and then boom, it shows just like the cut wallet address, which is really common nowadays. And let's actually wrap these both in a span. This is so badass. I'm so happy this all worked out. Just on the fly. Just on the fly. You know what I mean? Just on the go, making it happen. Okay, so let's say with, we'll say with I don't know, 500 pixels. And we could say flex, justify between, just to separate the address and the message. And let's say py2, we'll say border -b. I really want the border to be like grayed out kind of. It's just, yeah, really thin, perfectly, just like that. This is great. This is awesome, right? And we could have a little hover effect, right? So BG white, and we'll say 10. So it just looks cool. Look at that. Look at that. That is so cool. Okay, so, and then we can have kind of the message header or the table headers. So we need a spot for messages and then the wallet address, if it'll address, right? And these need to be flex, justify between, and with full boom. So look at that. Look at that, folks. Golly, not bad for a 5-minute build, right? And this is our messaging app. We literally, with Mumbai, with the testnet, folks, come on. Come on, who's doing this? This is pretty sweet. This is pretty sweet. So if I use a different address, right? I'm sure it would work. I'm sure. I would hope it would. Yeah. Let's disconnect. Let's connect with one of our one of our email addresses. You know what I mean? How badass is that? So let's see. How can I I'm gonna pull in a good email address, right? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'll do this email address. I'll do the work one. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so boom. I don't have any Matic in it, but I'll send some Matic from my old one. So we'll receive Matic. I'll copy this address and I'll go to my other wallet, which does have Matic. You don't have to do this, guys. I'm just trying to see if it works with other deals. I'll send it 0.1 Matic. This is super badass. I'm pumped on this. I am so freaking pumped. Okay, so we should see 0.1 Matic pop up. There it is. And let's write some messages. This is a tweet. Oh. Add message. Did it work? Oh, you know what? Maybe it wouldn't work with test. Oh no. Oh, it did work. Oh, it did work. There it is. There it is. And it's from that address. That's awesome. Look at that. We just built a freaking messaging app. We just built a freaking messaging app. Look at that. That is badass. 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 That actually is, guys. I'm super pumped on that. So just to circle back, reconvene. Where's that message? Let's see it pop up. That badass one, right? But just it looks like maybe that one didn't go through for whatever reason. But we covered a lot of ground here. Hopefully that's a bit of a under the hood way of actually building things, because from this point I feel like if you could follow oh no, I'm looking at my Loom and it's not moving. I hope this part of the recording is still in there, because this is badass. This is truly badass stuff. So I hope you saw how things got pieced together, how you could use ThirdWeb to deploy contracts, verify them, test them on Remix, and then actually use them and interact with them on your front ends, like effortlessly, thanks to ThirdWeb. Like, so freaking powerful, so badass. So I hope this was fruitful for y'all. I had a really good time doing it. It was on the fly, as you could tell. Yeah, we have embedded wallets. We have email wallets, Web 2, Web 3 wallets. That's super cool. So yeah, but I'm a little bit nervous. I hope it recorded this far. But most importantly, guys, I hope you learned something from testnet stuff, getting Mumbai, Matic from the faucet, taking just a relaxed approach at it. Don't make things more sophisticated. Try to do the opposite. Try to make them less sophisticated. I know that's kind of pretentious to say, but we did some Code Explorer stuff. We messed with the Code Explorer to test it in ThirdWeb. We messed with some Remix stuff. We built our contract in Remix, deployed it from Remix as well. We also deployed it from VS Code. So we did a bunch of stuff, right? We deployed it all over the place. But the biggest thing is we learned, and we had a good time. I will see you on the next one, folks. Cheers.